Ukraine and Russia have accused each other of violating a deal to stop attacking each other's energy sites. And both countries have lodged a complaint with the US. And this comes just days after that agreement was made. Now, Ukrainian President Zelensky has urged US President Trump to strengthen sanctions on Russia for violating this deal. Russia, too, has passed on allegations of Ukrainian violations to US Secretary of State Marco Rubio. According to the White House, both Ukraine and Russia had agreed to develop measures for implementing an agreement to halt strikes on energy facilities. According to an assessment by Britain's Defense Ministry, North Korean troops have suffered over 5,000 casualties while fighting Ukrainian forces in Russia's western frontline region of Kursk. As of last month, approximately a third of the total casualties had been killed in action. Now, the revelation comes after Russian President Putin signed a decree to call up 160,000 conscripts for military service, the biggest military call-up in years. In an unprecedented move, Britain has declared Russia as a national security threat for the first time. In a statement to the House of Commons, Britain's Security Minister Dan Jarvis said that Russia presented an acute threat to the UK due to several hostile acts in recent years. In a show of support to Ukraine, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock met Ukrainian President Zelensky in Kiev. Baerbock pledged German support and assured Ukraine that it could rely on Berlin. The duo addressed a joint press conference where Zelensky said that he would discuss deployment of foreign troops in multilateral talks on Friday.
We will have a meeting on Friday. There will be a meeting of our military teams from several countries, narrow circle of countries, those who will be ready to deploy a contingent in one form or another. Because there is a ground forces part, there is an air part, and there is a presence at sea.
In Moscow, Russian President Putin hosted Bosnian Serb leader Milorad Dodik. Dodik had defied an internal arrest warrant and crossed into neighboring Serbia earlier in the week. He has been a vocal supporter of Russia's war against Ukraine and advocates secession of the Serb Republic region from Bosnia and Herzegovina. And for more on this, WION's Susan Teherani was at the United Nations. Let's listen to her interaction with Jérôme Bonifant, who is the permanent representative of France to the UN and president of the Security Council for the month of April.
My name is Susan Teherani. I'm from India's WION International Network. And my question is a follow-up on Russia and Ukraine. With Poland calling for a deadline on ceasefire talks, what's your stance on that proposal? Do you support some kind of deadline? And also, what tools do you think are perhaps in the tool chest of the United Nations and perhaps the European Union as well to convince Russia to come to the negotiating table more seriously?
I will take my French casquette, if you don't mind, to answer your question. You probably have seen that a few days ago in Paris, there has been first a meeting between President Zelensky and President Macron, and then a summit with approximately 30 countries gathered to express their support to Ukraine. And this expression of support is multifaceted. It's first of all a political support. We are on the side of Ukraine, which has been aggressed by Russia and which had a legitimate right to defend itself and to protect its country. Second, it's a financial support, which is extremely important because the country's economy is being ruined by bombing, by destruction, by the war, and Ukraine needs to have the means necessary for the people to be able to continue to have a normal life and the country to prepare for its reconstruction when the war is finished. Number three, there is a military support, because Ukraine must have the capacity to defend itself. And facing the big imbalance between the military-industrial capacities of Russia and Ukraine, it is clearly the need for Europeans to bring their backing, their military backing, to Ukraine in means which are adapted. And finally, when it comes to peace, our role as Europeans is to back the demand of Ukraine of seeing its legitimate interests being respected as they are. Thank you.